Hey there, CJ Maurer with The Gist, back with another strategic HubSpot video. Website forms are a tremendous source for gathering new contacts into your CRM. They are a major entry point for how contacts are created, data is organized, and subsequent actions are taken. So making sure that your forms are organized and standardized to the extent that they need to is absolutely critical for marketing success, data hygiene, and a whole bunch of other really important things in your CRM. So I'm going to show you how to standardize your forms to benefit your organization. Let's dive in. Before we even start doing this, let's actually not start in HubSpot. Let's start in a Word doc, a Google Sheet. In this case, I'm using a Google Sheet or whatever, but let's map this out. This is actually a form standardization workbook that we develop and that we use for many of our clients. So what is this and why are we even trying to do this? When you're first setting up HubSpot, it's pretty simple. You'll have a contact form, you'll have a newsletter subscription form, you'll have a bottom funnel like request a quote or schedule a demo type form, and maybe a couple of others. But as you continue to use it more and more, you're going to have different forms for all of your different product and service pages. You may have a whole bunch of content offers. You may start to use HubSpot to assist with the talent acquisition process, like, inquire about careers or upload your resume. You may use it for client-facing internal initiatives to get clients to give you data or feedback or any one of a number of use cases. So what we want to do is map out what those use cases are. And then we want to establish a default requirement for what that form should be, right? In terms of what fields must we require, what default settings are in place, and who gets notified when that form is submitted. I'm going to show you the first example. Here we have a solution interest form, right? And we have a label, and this is pretty simple, right? This is a bottom of the funnel. You fill this out if you want to talk to our sales team about hiring us for our products and services. What automations are going to follow from that? We're going to qualify a lead. We're going to assign a lead. We're going to send a follow-up email. You know what? I'll maybe even add, maybe we would create a deal, right? That could be relevant here. So I'm going to add create deal. And then what information is going to be required? Well, we're going to capture first and last name, company name, email, phone number, role, and then a message, and we'll have a hidden field on that. I'll get into that later, right? Let's say you establish all of the different fields that you want on a specific form, and then you end up having 12 different product pages, right? 12 different products and services that are on your website that have forms that people can fill out, which will create and funnel leads to your sales team. I'm willing to believe that your sales process is pretty consistent across most of your products and services, meaning there's a team that's going to look at the deals. You want to create deals, assign them. The follow-up actions are pretty similar. So if the follow-up actions need to be pretty similar, those actions are going to be based on information collected. So shouldn't we have a standardized and systematized way to collect that information and take action, right? That's what we're trying to accomplish here. The same is true with your different types of forms. So what we're going to suggest is map out the different types of forms, define them, and establish your minimum requirements. So we have solution interest, general contact, subscribe forms, webinar forms, event forms, internal forms, careers forms. We've got feedback, content offers, clients, right? Whatever they are, they can be anything to any business. But then you're going to go in and you're going to create form templates. So if I click here to form templates, you can see they're all labeled as a template. And this is a content offer template. This is a request a quote template. This is a general contact, schedule a demo, webinar registration, and newsletter subscription. So if we end up doing 57 webinars over the course of the next handful of years, and we want all of those webinars to be promoted and followed up on in the same way, then we need the form to be the same. Same thing is true with all of these other forms. So again, let's say we're going to do a bunch of content offers. So I'm going to go look at my content offer forms, and boom, we've got HR for restaurants, new hire form bundle, timekeeping savings calculator, onboarding and termination guide. These are all cloned from the same form template. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. This is a template for a newsletter subscription. We've decided that we want to gather first and last name, email, and role. That's it. We are, in this case, using a hidden field. This is a really great best practice, is create a custom contact property called conversion or conversions, and make it a multiple checkbox property, and then put it as a hidden property on all of your forms. Have an option for each of your form types. So because this is an email subscription, we checked email subscription. If I were to go look at the schedule a demo form here, it's a hidden field saying software demo. So what it does is, as a multiple option pick list, now you can go into any contact record and it'll just show any type of form they have ever submitted. So it's a really quick way to look at their engagement from a very high level. But right here, newsletter subscription, back to this. So now we've got our fields. So we know that if we ever want to create different types of newsletter subscriptions, we're at least capturing first name, last name, email, and role. We're standardizing how new records are created and how data is gathered. What we've also done is standardize some of the settings. So in this instance, we've decided that anytime somebody fills out this form, their lifecycle stage should be a subscriber. And let's notify whenever an existing contact has filled out this form, let's notify the owner. You can attribute them to different campaigns. Let's make sure we're always creating a new contact for a new email address and setting them as marketing contacts. If I go over to the schedule a demo, now I have options here. The newsletter subscription, we wanted to set them as subscriber. Schedule a demo, they should be set as a qualified prospect. What do we have here? We've got, this is a content offer, right? Similar, right? First name, last name. Well, now we want company name. We also want role. But then what we also want to do is set them to a subscriber. You want to begin with the end in mind and think about how your CRM would need to look and need to be organized after years and years and years of marketing and sales campaigns, in this case, mostly marketing. It becomes significantly easier to standardize and keep your CRM organized when you begin with these templates. If you remember, on this sheet, we didn't just have required fields, we also had automations. What are the things that we want to do as a result? We recommend, in conjunction with organizing your forms into types, creating templates for all of those forms, and then cloning from those templates whenever you need to create a new version of that form, do the same thing with workflows. Here's a workflow of a content offer download. It's triggered by the form submission. We're setting them as a marketing contact. Just to be sure, we're appending that internal conversion tracker property with the type of conversion that they have completed. We're sending them an email. And then who knows, maybe based on their life cycle stage, we want to take other follow-up actions, or maybe we want to drip them a handful of emails. It may depend on your business, on what the content offer is, but you're going to want different workflows for each content offer because you're going to want to speak differently. If the follow-up email from somebody to somebody who filled out the HR for Restaurants guide would be different than the person who downloaded the timekeeping savings calculator. But you at least want to make sure that it triggers from the form submission, sets them as a marketing contact, tracks whatever conversion tracking you need to accomplish, sends them emails, and then does any type of conditional follow-up based on life cycle stage or contact owner or any other variable in the CRM. I know I've kind of covered a lot, and I know in the beginning, starting off with the Google Sheet may have seemed vague, but this is like really, really big and advantageous. The amount of benefit your business will have if you, one, organize all of your forms, define them by type, create the templates, create matching workflow templates. Not only does it significantly cut down on the configuration time every time you're building a new campaign, but it ensures consistency, which is paramount. The bigger your company gets, the bigger your CRM gets, and the more things that you're trying to do. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So we are huge fans of form and workflow standardization. If you want to dive more into this, learn more, run some ideas by us, I would love it if you left a comment or went into the description, clicked a link and filled out a form on our website, or just booked a HubSpot strategy session with me or someone from my team, because this one is a biggie. But regardless, I'm really happy that you're here watching our stuff. We absolutely love creating these videos for you. If you have any other questions or comments or suggestions for other videos we can create, please let us know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.